Welcome to Little Flow Crochet. Today we're going to make a Disney worrywurm for a little change. As you can see, the head is more of a Disney Mickey Mouse shape. This is made of silicone and they're available on various Etsy shops. They have a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom and quite flexible. This pattern is a little bit different from the pattern I use for the wooden beads, but it's just as simple, so we'll get started. You need to have double knitting yarn. For this I'm using a 3.5 millimeter scissors, a slimmer needle, you'll see why, and also a little marker. For this pattern we're going to get started and we're going to chain 30 stitches. So we make a little slip knot. That's how I make mine, but you do yours how you do yours. We have and now we're going to make 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you have, pause this video and once you have 30, come back to me. So hopefully now you've chained 30 stitches. Now anybody who watches my videos knows I'm not a very exact person in crochet, and if it's 29 or 32 that's fine too. This part actually makes the handle, so it just makes it a little bit bigger or shorter. So once you have approximately 30 stitches, you're going to put your marker in. And again, we're trying to keep this simple, so any marker, you can use a paper clip or anything that you have, and we're going to place it into there. There we go. Put our hook back into where we had it. Now we're going to make another 30 chains, but this time we're going to make them a little bit bigger. So we're just going to be a bit slack on our hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I'm going to pause. Once you have 30 approximately, come back to me. We now have our second lot of 30 chains. So we had 30 chains, then we placed a marker, and then we made another 30 chains here, which we made slightly looser. It just makes it easier for the next stage. In the second chain from the hook, what does that mean? Not this one, not this one, but this one. In the second chain from our hook, we're going to make 3 double crochets in US terms or 3 trebles in UK terms. So yarn over, not this one, but this one. I'm going to place it in there, wiggle it through, yarn through 2, yarn through 2, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn through 2, yarn through 2, and the third one, yarn through. So we now have 3 double crochets in US terms or 3 trebles in UK terms, plus a little chain that turned the corner. Now in every chain along this row we're going to make 3 trebles or 3 double crochets. It depends if you're in the UK or you use US terms. So yarn over, we're going into the next chain, insert your hook. I like to go under both strands if I can, and pull through, yarn through, and yarn through. So that's 1 in the same stitch. It makes it easier in the second and third stitches because your chain's stretched a little bit. And that's 2, and then 1 more, 3. And in the next next chain we're going to do exactly the same, and we're going to do this all along the row until we get back to this green marker. So you're making 3 trebles in the UK or 3 doubles in the US right along the row until you get back to your little marker or paper clip, whatever you used. Okay, so I'm going to pause and I'll catch you there. So we've made 3 stitches into every chain, and as you can see it's starting to curl a little bit already. Don't worry if yours isn't curling completely, we'll sort that. And when you're almost there, you'll see on the end you'll have your marker, and what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little slip stitch into that. So with your hook you're just going to push it in wherever you can and pull through, and then pull through again. Okay. Then we're going to cut your yarn and I like to just pull that through, and you can squeeze that knot down. Okay. So that was the last stitch of your 30, and you've now finished off on this one. And now we can take this out. This was just to show us where to crochet back to. We don't need that anymore. There we are. If it's not curling and it's a little bit, then just encourage it. You can just turn it round and it will turn itself. You can sort it as you go. There we are. We're almost there. Now to get through this little tiny hole, because this is a really small hole. I'm trying to show you on the camera there. And so what we're going to do is the one with the chain, not the one that's without chain, but the one with the chain, we're going to thread through our little needle. Now this is a smaller needle than I usually use, but it does still have a big enough eye for a strand of yarn. And what we're going to do is pop that through the bottom of the head. We're going to pull it through, all the way through, all the way through, and just give it a wee help until we get that part through. And we're going to actually pull it as tight as we possibly can. And then we're going to place the needle back through, and we hope to catch some of this on the way through, so don't try and avoid it. We're hoping to catch some of this yarn as we're going back through, because it'll help to stabilize it. Okay, here it comes. It's a bit tight, but it's possible. And I like to pull it through a little bit, and you could see there that some of the chain actually went down into the top of the silicone bead. I like to just pull some down and pull that one up like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tie a knot in this, and we're going to tie it as close to this as we can. Okay. So I wrap it around my finger. It's just a basic knot, but obviously without this, okay, without this the bead will fall off. So we just need to push that knot down as far as we can. Like that. Probably could tighten it up a bit. There we are, that's better. And now we have these two ends here. What we're going to do with these is, with the one that came back through, we're going to put the thread through the needle again. Excuse my hands, I was out feeding the birds and did a bit of gardening this morning. And Take that back through so that it's quite close to the two ends. Now we have the two ends. Now we just tie them up. I like to put 3 knots in. 1, as tight as you can, 2, 3. Let's do one more for look. There we go. And you can see that there. Now you can either now snip these close to the knot, or if you're feeling that you can manage it, you can try and thread the ends back up through. Sometimes I try and get the ends back up, but it is very difficult. You can try and get them back up there, or you can bring them down and just bring them through your work and hide them. And that will do. And we'll do the same with this one. Yeah, just bring it through. And we'll cut it off. And then just to finish, we're just going to tighten up the wee curly bits. And then we have our Disney worry worm. Thank you.